So we are here today to celebrate something that has definitely been a long time coming, and that is the kickoff of the Bee Branch Gates and Pumps project, which you can see right behind me here on all the boards to my left and my right. So before we begin, I want to make sure I say a couple of thank yous. I want to make sure that I definitely acknowledge the elected officials that have been a part of this. One of whom I see standing right here, my city council colleague. So Rick Jones is here with us today. Laura Roussel is hiding behind Eric, actually right there. Laura Roussel, one of our city council members. Also want to mention David Resnick, Katie Wethel, Danny Sprank, and Susan Farber, former Mayor Roy Buell, and all the other city council members that were a part of the Bee Branch project, which is many. If you think back how many years we've been talking about this, it's been a long time. So very excited to have them. I also want to make sure that I thank officially Congresswoman Ashley Hinson. We have Claire Neighbor here to represent Congresswoman Hinson's office today. I'll invite her up in a few moments. To say a few words about the important role that the Congresswoman has played in this particular project. So, and then I also want to make sure that I'll get a chance to thank everybody, but anybody who's been a part of this, you know who you are. You know how important this has been. So thank you very much for all the work that everybody has put into this. So as everyone in Dubuque is aware, the Bee Branch Watershed Flood Mitigation Project has been a years-long effort to battle flooding in Dubuque's north end. The Gates and Pumps project is the next phase of this, and it's an incredibly important one, allowing us to pump potentially damaging floodwaters safely out of this 16th Street detention basin and beyond the floodwall. To make this project possible, the city of Dubuque was successful in securing $24,650,000 in state and federal grants to support the project, including an $8.7 million FEMA community project grant put forward by Congresswoman Hinson and her office, and a $7.7 million grant from the U.S. Economic Development Administration, or the EDA, and that was a disaster recovery grant. So, without further ado, to say more about the funding secured by Congresswoman Hinson, I would like to invite Claire Neighbor to join us here at the podium with some remarks.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Oh. All right, good afternoon. My name is Claire Neighbor. I am the new district representative for Ashley Hinson's Cedar Rapids office, and she gave me a letter here to read to you all today. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. I sincerely apologize for not being able to attend today's ribbon cutting for the City of Dubuque's Gate and Pump Station project. I am proud to continue working with you all to support this essential flood mitigation project to improve Dubuque's resiliency against natural disasters. This project is a testament to the hard work of the Dubuque community and the tireless efforts of everyone who has been involved. From the city officials to the engineers, in ensuring the city has the necessary infrastructure to be flood resilient. We must continue to take vital steps to protect our communities from devastating flooding. As a member of the House Appropriations Committee, I was able to secure $8 million to help fund this project and will continue advocating for bringing federal dollars back home to Iowa. It is truly transformative to see the impact of these funds on the community and surrounding area of Dubuque, and it remains the greatest honor to serve the people of Iowa's 2nd District. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Claire, and we reiterate our thanks to the Congresswoman for this, but also thank you for being here today and making the trip. It's great to meet you and looking forward to working with you. All right, so along with our thanks for the Congresswoman, I want to thank all of our state and federal partners and our local partner in the DRA for their support for this project and all aspects of the Bee Branch flood mitigation projects over the years. We sincerely appreciate all of your continued support as we all work to make the Dubuque community resilient and ready for increasingly dangerous weather events. The City of Dubuque engineering staff will be the ones to take the lead on this project, working with multiple different subcontractors as they do the project. And I want to thank City Engineer Gus Sahoyas, who's here with us today, former engineering staff member and current Water and Resource Recovery Center Director Darren Muring, who worked on this project previously for many years. Darren, I see you there. I didn't see you there at first, but there's Darren right there. And as well as our former Director of Strategic Partnerships, Terry Goodman, who you'll never miss in her bright red coat that she wears so we can chase her around Washington, D.C. and Des Moines as we go after the funds that we're talking about right here. So let's give each of them a round of applause, please. Each of these individuals, along with key city staff, have been instrumental in securing funding to make this project happen. So now I would like to invite City of Dubuque Project Manager Jim Bosley to provide some details on the project and the project timeline. Jim?
I had about an hour presentation prepared, but somebody told me I couldn't do that. It is an exciting project. And again, I'm Jim Bosley. I'm in the engineering department as a project manager. And thank you, Mayor Kavanaugh. I appreciate it. This project was started back in 2015 by IIWPC, which is now Origin Design. There are some representatives here today. So if you have questions after the presentation, you're more than welcome to, they have name tags on, ask them specific questions. They were the engineer of record. Oh, sorry. Is that better? Sorry. Oh, okay. So if you have questions after the presentation, please seek them out and they'll answer your questions. And the contractor, back up a little bit, we do have city staff, as Mayor said, involved from the engineering department that will be on site during the construction as on-site representative inspectors during the construction, as well as Origin staff as the technical engineering support behind the construction and the contractor as they move forward with the project. Ports and Construction was the low bid on this project. I believe there's representatives. I see orange shirt back there. So they along with many subcontractors are preparing the site right now to get ready for construction. So it's an exciting time for this project. The existing facility, as it is right now, is about 50 years old. And the original pumps in there's two of them that are 90,000 gallon a minute and one that's 20,000 gallon a minute. And they're old. They are able to keep up with the pumping, but there isn't much redundancy built into the existing pump station. And as this project progressed and channelizing the stormwater down into this detention basin, the concern of having redundancy on this pump station was very important. In case a pump went down, or unfortunately two would go down, you have issues possibly with flooding. So the new facility, which is behind us here, I'll talk a little bit more where they're at in the construction. It's proposed 4 100,000 gallon pumps, with each pump having a 1,000 horsepower motor on them. So those are large pumps. It's about twice the capacity of the old facility at around 200,000. This is 400,000. And if you have any idea what it takes to run a locomotive, a train through town here, the generators that have to utilize for backup power if there's ever a loss of power are small locomotive engines in those generators to keep things running. So there'd be a very minor blip if there was ever an issue with power going out. So that redundancy is very, very important in case of a large storm event to keep that water flowing through that pump station. So right now, if you want to take a look back there, they're working on a bypass channel. And that first part of this project is to put in these sheet pile walls. They're interlocking sheet piles that are driven into the ground. And they're going to divert the water through the existing pump station, which will stay active until the new pump station is online. So once they're done with the diversion channel, which Luke Rupp, the inspector over there for the city, is saying that one side is done already, they'll work on the other side. And then the next step that you'll see is more sheet piles in the perimeter where the new pump station is going to be built, which is out actually over the detention basin. And if you look at the boards up in front here, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about when I'm done. There's some real nice renderings too of the pump station. But ultimately, they will pump down the water within that sheet pile area so they can drive piles in that will support that structure. So pretty exciting if you're an engineer, all of this stuff. So I didn't expect all this wind, otherwise I would have memorized my speech. The other thing is what is real important is the timeline. People want to know the timeline. it does talk about it up front here too, but we're looking, obviously the start is now in May here, and we're looking for a substantially completion date where everything will be ready to be started up. The construction final, that's not until March 19th of 2027. So it's a 2-year project. And then obviously the completion date, we have to have this done prior to, I think it's in August or September 8th of 2027 because of the funding. But we're hoping, cross our fingers, that we don't run into too many issues along the way and Portson can stay on schedule July 2nd of 2027. So that's the extent of my presentation. And like I said, you're welcome to come up and ask questions after we're done here. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Jim. Well, before we all blow away here, I'll just finish us up real quick. So as we wrap up the program, I do want to say a few parting words about the importance of this project, something to leave us with to think about. So we all remember all too well that from 1999 to 2011, Dubuque experienced flooding that led to 6 presidential disaster declarations and upended people's lives year after year. From this shared experience, Dubuquers banded together to create a solution, and that solution has become an internationally recognized marvel of engineering and city planning. And you're standing there right now as the Bee Branch Watershed Flood Mitigation Project. Continuing investment in Dubuque's critical infrastructure, just like we see here today, continues our community's legacy of protecting our neighbors' lives and property. By investing in the critical infrastructure that keeps us all safe, we create a Dubuque that can continue to be a true masterpiece on the Mississippi for generations to come. So thank you once again for joining us here today and celebrating another exciting investment in our future. And before you leave, please do take a few minutes to take a look at the pictures here, ask the engineers and construction workers that are here some questions, and everybody enjoy your day. Thank you very much for being here.